Hey, Kerry John here. Welcome to Man Cave Records, where we talk about nothing but music all the time, 24/7. Today, I want to bring you 5 albums that you must revisit. If you heard them once, you gotta hear them again, because it's all about physical music. I love music, and I want to share with you 5 albums I think that you should go back and check out and give it a re-listen. And maybe you think it's right, maybe you don't think it's wrong, but I'm glad you're here anyway because it's fun just sitting here talking to you about what I think you should revisit. So, number one, this live album, Throwing Copper. Great album. I didn't even listen to it. I mean, I listened to it back because it was always about the 4 songs on here they always played on the radio all the time. And now it's kind of old. To me, it's an older record, and I put it back on just the other day, and I tell you, this is a very good album. The sound quality is phenomenal. The way they produced this was very, very good. The vocals are good. The guitar is nice and heavy. The songs are, rolled together very nicely. I know that Lightning Crashes on this album that it was associated with the Oklahoma bombing or whatever, but I didn't even know that. So tells you much how I know about music when I didn't even know that, and I just realized that a couple years ago. But love it, great album. You must revisit it one more time. And if you're into stoner rock, you gotta revisit Dopes to Infinity. This album is one of my favorite Monster Magnet albums, and I want to let you know that these are not all my favorite albums by these artists. They're up there, but they might not necessarily be the ones I love the most. But Monster Magnet, Dopes to Infinity, if you're into stoner rock and you like heavy rock, kind of crazy lyrics and just out of the air type stuff, it's just so good. And I love how each song kind of rolls together with this little fade in, fade out thing. Dopes to Infinity, a nostalgic teenage warhead, look to your orb for the warning. The first 3 are just, they light the fuse and it just explodes right off the bat. And a lot of people kind of criticize the back end of this album. I love the back end of this album. This King of Mars just blows me away. So anyways, you gotta check this out, revisit it. It's a very, very good album. And this Collective Soul, Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid, kind of goofy cover on there. I think I got like 5 copies of this. Every time I see it on sale somewhere, I end up buying it, not realizing I already have 4 of these. So I was going through looking for other stuff for this video, and I came across this. And of course, Shine, the one that put Collective Soul on the map. Collective Soul still sounds great today, by the way. Go check out the Howard Stern video where they're playing on there. They do Heavy on there. I love that song. But anywho's, this one with Shine on there was done before actually the band was formed, and it caught on college radio. And this one is a very good album, and it surprised me because I didn't think, I looked at it and like the album cover's kind of but anyways, it all goes together. It's got a spiritual feel to it, which I didn't really notice at first, and I revisited, and there's a lot of great lyrics in it. Very good album. Must revisit it. On with the next one. And I know this probably everybody must revisit Jeff Beck, Truth. It's just, you got to put it on every 3 years or so, or 4 years, and just go through it because it's so enjoyable re-listening to it. And I tell you, this is Rod Stewart to me. That's my favorite Rod Stewart is on this album. And I know it's a pretty big album, but if you're kind of new to classic rock and you haven't listened to this, or if you already have it and you haven't listened to it in a while, pop it back on because it's always so enjoyable. And like I said, Rod Stewart's great in this one. And last but not least, and I'll get out of your face, J. Geils live, Detroit at the Grande Ballroom. I grew up in Detroit, and when you would go into a party or a kegger or whatever, in a backyard party or whatever, they were rolling this on the turntable 24/7 for years because it ain't nothing but a house party. And it just got the party started. I think I wore the grooves off of this one. You know what? I always revisit it. And every time I revisit it, it's just as fun as the first time I've ever heard it. You got to check it out. And of course, Whammer Jammer's on here. If you're a fan of the harp, it's probably the best harmonica solo ever. First I Look at the Purse, and Homework. It's just, if you're in high school and you hear, I can't do my homework anymore, it just pops in your head like you're in this party and, shit, I got homework to do, Really throwback galore. Check it out. Thanks for visiting. My 5 albums you got to revisit. I'm Kerry John. Thank you for joining Man Cave Records. Hey, like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming out with a new video every Saturday for your enjoyment. Have a good one.